When you press the pause button on a machine, it stops. But when you press the pause button on human beings, they start. You start to reflect. You start to rethink your assumptions. You start to reimagine what is possible. And most importantly, you start to reconnect with, wrote Thomas Friedman in his bestseller, Thank You for Being Late, An Optimist's Guide to Thriving in the Age of Accelerations. Hello, this is Nigam Dave from Pandit Deen Dayal Petroleum University. Today, in this episode, I will discuss Friedman's advice with reference to post-lockdown because of COVID-19 endemic. We all are passing through this unprecedented times when on one hand, the outside world has stopped for us physically, but on the other hand, we have got a chance to suddenly wake up from the frenzied pace we were into and observe the world and ourselves from the fresh perspectives. The title of the book refers to Friedman's friend arriving somewhat late for the lunch and allowing him that much needed time to observe and reflect upon what was happening around him. Friedman views his arguments on three largest forces, Moore's law, the market, and the mother nature. He explains that as per the Moore's law of 1965, computing power doubles every year based on the increasing numbers of silicon transistors in computer chips. Moore believed that it was likely to continue at a similar rate for at least next 10 years, but we see the predictions true even in 2020. With increased acceleration of computing networks, the world that was is redefined as we see today. However, two more forces are also caught in this acceleration, the market and the mother nature. Businesses change because of this acceleration, and human relations also change dramatically without us being aware of it. Naturally, the biodiversity loss and other damages to the nature also increase. Friedman believes that this speed is so great that it is impossible for us to change at an equal speed. Friedman visits his childhood home in Minnesota and goes in nostalgia. He observes that life there is the story of how an ethic of pluralism and a healthy community got built. One relationship, one breakup, one makeup, one insult, one welcoming neighbor, one classroom at a time. He believes if we take a pause and reflect on human relations and differences, the world can be a better place. He remembers he was riding his car in 2015 and listening to radio. He heard a song called I. He got so interested in the verse that he stopped the car sideways and wrote down the line and the name of the singer. The line that he got stuck to was this: I wrapped your love around me like a chain, but I never was afraid that it would die. You can dance in a hurricane, but only if you are standing in the eye. Friedman writes, I hope that it is clear by now that every day going forward, we are going to be asked to dance in the hurricane, set up by the accelerations in the market, Mother Nature, and Moore's law. Some politicians propose to build a wall against this hurricane. This is a fool's errand. There is only one way to thrive now, and it's by finding and creating your own eye. The eye of a hurricane moves along with the storm. It draws energy from it while creating a sanctuary of stability inside it. It is both dynamic and stable, and so must we be. We can't escape these accelerations. We have to dive into them, take advantage of their energy, and close where possible. Move with them, use them to learn faster, design smarter, and to collaborate deeper, all so we can build our own eyes to anchor and propel ourselves and our families confidently forward. He does not talk about thinking out of the box. He talks about thinking without a box, meaning having no limits on one's curiosity or the different disciplines one might draw on to appreciate how the machine works. Friedman shows that we can overcome the multiple stresses of an age of accelerations if we slow down, if we dare to be late, and use the time to reimagine work, politics, and community. Maybe the present lockdown can be that much needed pause to reflect on who we are, where we are, and how we find our eye to stay in the storm when once again the world would move. Thank you.